Hey, good choice on the new intro music. I think it was more by accident because we didn't listen that far in when we sampled it.
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, bookmark it. Oh, wait.
Yeah, thanks, YouTube. Assholes.
Yeah. Thanks for your royalty-free music that we can use for free, but you took away the damn bookmark feature.
Seriously, what use is it? Now I have to write shit down.
I mean, like the old-fashioned way?
Ugh.
Man, what is that?
Just the various,
what is that in your hand?
The various scraps of paper that end up in the studio for years at a time.
It's actually Josh's notes on anarcho-capitalism versus
So
anarcho-communism.
So they didn't write anything down.
there's
I remember
nothing
that.
even on it.
I remember that. You didn't write anything down. But didn't we talk like 2 hours on that?
Yeah. If you want to tune into the policy of the empire, it's on tomorrow night.
Yeah. Back for the first time in like 10 weeks?
Something like that.
Something like that. Episode 4.
Yep, episode 4. Over on theempiremedia.com.
Yeah, anyway. So welcome to episode 171 of Motor City Uncut, presented by the Major Sports Network, Detroit. So let's just get right into it. What's going on with the Lions, guys? Really bad effort in their second preseason contest against the Giants. Davis Webb carved them apart. And if you don't know who Davis Webb is, I don't blame you.
You probably never will.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. You probably never will. Kyle Aletta didn't look bad either, though, for those draftniks. The former Richmond Spider actually looked pretty good.
Lions, they were talking about the Lions potentially drafting him, too, during the...
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't have minded in round 5 or 6. Oh, absolutely not. No. Good developmental prospect, high ceiling.
He was climbing up the draft boards heading into the draft also.
I liked him.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Not a bad effort. Any hoozle. I actually went to the game. Girlfriend got tickets free from work 2 hours before the game started. Hey, we're going. I'm like, okay.
Nice.
But still by the time you get down there, you pay $40 for parking and you buy, we took advantage of the new silver savings plan or whatever, which is the hot dog, the chips, and the 12-ounce beer or whatever for $12. For a stadium, that's not a bad deal.
No, that's actually
Right,
a good
It's a
deal
really
for
good deal
stadium.
for a stadium, but by the time you buy 2 of those, one for each of us, and then pay for parking, it's still a $60, night out. So
How were the renovations to the Silverdome?
Silverdome
Or Silver
Ford Field.
Ford Field.
yeah.
Silverdome,
You
the
got me
roof is missing.
you got me thinking of the silver package, so I was thinking Silverdome. Never mind. How are the upgrades to Ford Field?
It had been a while since I'd been in there. Quite frankly, I noticed the video screen. We were on the opposite end of it, so it was quite large. And it has these 2 little skinny wings that are only go they're in the middle. So it's the big rectangular screen, and then off to the side, on each side, about in the middle, about let's say 15-20% of the overall height. There's just these 2 little offshoots that shoot out after that.
That's it.
I don't know why, but they're there. Other than that, the product on the field was pretty bad. And we left in the middle of the fourth quarter because, she actually wanted to stay. I'm like, this is fucking retarded. Let's go.
Well, that's when they scored all their...
Yeah, as soon as we walked out, that's when all the scoring happened. But
yeah, see? Maybe you should have left in the first. Or never even went to the game.
Hey, man. It was free NFL football, be it preseason week 2.
Oh my god, I think the last preseason game I went to was in 2005 against the Rams. It was
bad?
It was bad. Yeah, it was
Well,
really
that was Dark Age Lions too.
Yeah.
I went. God, that was for everyone. I went the last preseason game. They were playing the Steelers, and then right after that, we went to a Tigers game. And then I remember they lost really bad too, and I was like, "Oh, what an amazing day!
What a great day in Detroit sports." Now, based on that information, someone is now going to write "Today Was a Good Day" by Shawn Bell. Just spun a remix. "Today Was a Bad Day."
Oh, that's great.
I don't know.
Do you know somebody has dedicated themselves to trying to figure out what day
Yeah, they already found it out.
They found it out.
It's like January 21st or something like that.
Like 1971 or something like that?
No, the year that it came out.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I'm just going to sit here and jot down my thoughts about how today was.
It was great how they were able to figure that out because everything makes sense too. So if you go back and you're able to
figure out what day all these things happened and
just Google it. Google it, like find
what day was a good day.
Yeah. No, you'll be able to find what day it's on.
I wish I had that much free time.
Ice Cube. Today was a good day.
I don't know though. Are people because I posted some stuff about this on on our social media pages, and people were kind of getting up in arms saying that it was it's just preseason, just this, just that, don't worry about it. And I tend to agree with them, Dorf. I'm not one to get too upset, too too crazy about preseason games, especially considering the year that they went 0-16, they ended up winning all 4-0. 4-0 in the preseason.
Now, 4-0 in the preseason. I remember they went 4-0 in the preseason, and Rod Marinelli ended up keeping 11 defensive linemen. That's about what I remember about that season.
Hey, what this game proved to me, I know they lost, I don't care. It showed me that Jake Rudock actually is going to probably be a good backup quarterback.
Dude, it told me the exact opposite. Hey, Jake, attempt to pass more than 6 yards downfield.
You know what? It's second preseason game.
No! It's his third year. It's his third year in the league. Matt Castle outplayed his ass.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Matt Castle threw 9 passes.
Yeah, Matt Castle also attempted to pass more than 6 yards downfield.
Hey. His average is still
and stayed in the pocket. Oh, by the way, the 2 times
we already know that Jake Rudock's not a deep thrower. You saw him in Michigan not throw it deep.
Yeah, it means he's not an NFL quarterback. The 2 times
obviously he's on an NFL team.
The 2 times that he got sacked was both because he didn't fucking step up like a little bitch.
Hey, you know what?
Taylor Decker, the 1 sack he gave up with Jake Rudock right next to him, it's because Jake Rudock's a fucking moron. Decker had him properly walled off, and Rudock just went, "Oh, I'm just going to back up."
I don't have anything to say about him being a retard.
No, Jake Rudock's we're going to do a little bit of segment, I call it Hot Take Central. We're going to say, which guys are going to get cut. And inspiration of Lions actually made a couple $1 million cap savings today by cutting Cornelius Washington. If there's anybody else, whether it's demotions, cuts, or anything like that, Hot Take Central. That give us a couple minutes. First, we're going to discuss Dave Burkett, Free Press, published an article today. Not really an article; it was like a video segment for the website. What's going on with the Lions? Is there any credence to his kind of report that thinks the Lions are practicing too hard and they might have they're dead? They're dead. They're tired. Like, are they being overworked, and is it going to hurt them throughout the course of a long season?
No. I'm like, they're all going to be tired. It's like they're just getting back into football. They're not going to be able to play as much as they want. And you see these
dude, this isn't high school where you take the summer off.
This is like this game right here. Like you saw, most of our backups played. They're not used to playing as much as.
Dude, the starters played into the third quarter.
No, some of them did. There's a couple of them.
About the only one who didn't. There's 2 people who didn't: Ziggy Ansah and Stafford. The rest of them played late into the second, early into the third.
I didn't see Marvin Jones out there or Kerry Johnson out there as much. Or
Kerryon Johnson played in the second half.
I saw him maybe a couple times.
Yeah, well, he only played a couple times.
And then Galladay, I didn't see him out there either. That's more starters. I can keep going.
Is Kenny Galladay really a starter, though?
Yeah, he's going to be our number 3 receiver for sure. He'll be out there starting.
That's not really a starter.
Well, we're not going to have a tight end. We're not going to be starting a tight end. Like, we're going to start with 3 receivers.
Yeah, you'll be 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back, but that'll be your base formation. Whatever. Yeah. Whatever. It's just no pass rush. Just poor effort overall. I'm just
I don't blame people for being upset about it. I mean, they've looked like shit, but
Jared Davis got torched in
I think
pass coverage again.
I mean, what people are just trying to do is Dave Burkett's is trying to quantify why they've looked like this. When, quite frankly, I don't think there's any reason to do that. I mean, you're two games into the preseason schedule here. I mean, it's not just about who's starting and who's not starting in the preseason. I mean, a lot of this too is trying out new things, trying out new plays, trying out new schemes,
not showing anything.
Yeah, finding what works, finding what doesn't work. I mean, there's a million different things that go into a preseason game than just wins and losses. Wins and losses, quite frankly, is probably the least important. It's probably the least important thing in a preseason game. It really is. If you're able to get a win in a preseason game, then great. You're gonna make some fans happy, and you're gonna give something extra for people to talk about on sports talk radio. But other than that, I mean, there's so much that goes into it. I don't think we could sit here and justify. I don't think Dave Burkett can even sit here and justify or try to quantify why the Lions have quote unquote looked as bad as they have been these first two games. It's really not fair to do that. It's too early in the season. A lot of these guys aren't even going to be playing with the team anyway. They're trying new things. You got a new coaching staff in there. I don't want to sit here and make apologies or make excuses for the Lions, but I think that's reality though when it comes to this team. And it makes me a little nervous to think that if this is where people are, and I'm not saying any of you guys are, if this is where people are at this point right now, where are they going to be week 5, week 8 into the season, and something happens to go wrong? And I understand that's how Lions fans are. I understand how that's probably how the vast majority of fans around the NFL are. But if you're living and dying by preseason games, then it's going to be a long, long season for you.
I just don't know what to tell you guys. I honestly think that the excuse week 1 is, well, we didn't have any of our sub packages installed, and we were just had guys in situations, in formations and defenses that they weren't set up to win in, because that's just where we were in our installation progression. But then this week they had all the sub packages in. It's just the offense looked flat. I think the defense was fine because most of the scoring came on junk. I'm not really worried about that necessarily. I'm concerned about the lack of pass rush and the offensive line play. Specifically, rookie Tyrell Crosby. If he has to play, Lions are fucked. Guy's going to make the team. They drafted him in the 5th round. He's just not physically ready. Frank Ragnow is a real fucking deal, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he is the real freaking deal.
Yeah.
The comps to Zach Martin, although might have been considered lazy during the the offseason draft process, no, those are real. He's very, very good.
And that's expected out of him too.
Oh yeah,
I mean, this guy was
top interior lineman taken in the draft, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yes.
No, there's one guy had it. I don't know.
No,
whatever.
I thought he was the.
No, who's the guy from Notre Dame?
This year?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Quentin Nelson.
Yeah,
he went number 6 overall. So
yes.
So number 2 interior lineman taken in the draft.
Mm-hmm. They say the smartest guy though.
Yeah.
I mean, Pro Football Focus. He was their darling. One of their darlings coming out of the first round, and yeah, he absolutely looks every bit.
He's ready.
The guy, and he's not going to be playing center though. Too, he's playing guard.
I think honestly, it could be either or, because I think him and now Glasgow played better as a center last year, according to Pro Football Focus. Ragnow could be damn good at either. He's a better athlete than Glasgow. He's stronger than Glasgow. God, he's so good.
Good hands too. I mean, he's gonna be.
Yeah, strong freaking hands.
I mean, he's gonna be able to make mistakes. You're not even gonna be able to tell, because he's gonna be able. I mean, he's gonna be able to recover from it so quick.
Good hands, good feet.
Yep,
strong hands.
And the Lions' offensive backfield are definitely going to be able to take advantage of what he has to offer.
I mean, Taylor Decker did give up a couple sacks. One of them, like I said, was not his fault. The second one, he just kind of got ran over. Lazy set. Shit happens. He got it was Olivier Vernon. Olivier Vernon is pretty freaking good. Honestly, if you're going to leave Taylor Decker one-on-one all game against an Olivier Vernon type, he's going to give up one. Just happened to be in the first quarter. Tight end position scares me.
Yes.
Luke Wilson is exactly as advertised. He's Luke Wilson, but the rest of the bunch, oh boy.
He's an okay actor, but I mean...
This is double L Wilson.
Oh, sorry.
It's not the guy that's famous for wow.
In the cricket nose.
Yeah, that too.
Our tight end. To be honest, I think our tight end position is like the only, like the most I'm worried about, because literally, like,
not to say that Eric Ebron was
but
good, but
still,
he's better than this bunch.
Yeah, he is. He's like, obviously with the Ebron gone, like that 90 attempts is probably gonna go to Galladay, but it's just like our tight ends, like you
didn't need to make the move though.
No, you didn't.
Mm-mm.
You say yes, you saved money, but not a like franchise altering amount of money. You saved what, $4.4 million?
Yeah, nothing crazy.
What are you doing? Like, fuck.
I don't know.
Now it'd be one thing if you would like agree to terms with like Jimmy Graham or something like that as a free agent, and like we're just making room. I get that, because you don't need both Jimmy Graham and Eric Ebron. But damn,
it's weird though, because that's not the Patriot way.
No, it's not.
Patriot way is sitting there stacking up on tight ends and going to work
carrying
with their.
two good ones.
Yeah.
I mean, they've had Martellus Bennett. I mean, Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah, when Hernandez
Gronk
and Gronk when they came out when they were
Martellus
young.
Bennett and Gronk at the same time. They took Gronk and Aaron Hernandez in the same draft.
I know.
They've had a lot of good success at the tight end position,
Which is weird. I mean, it's weird. I mean, it's a total 180 with how you would expect Bob Quinn to do things.
Some of those targets that you're going to have a big guy in the slot that where Gronkowski doesn't play with his hand down, those are going to go to Kenny Galladay, and that's fine.
Oh yeah.
But,
as far as a blocking tight end,
they do it. They did sign Levine Toilolo, I believe I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
From Atlanta. He's an offensive tackle that wears an eligible number. I mean, much like Darren Fells was.
Yeah.
He's a big dude, 6'8", 268.
Yeah, he's a big dude. I don't recall
almost
seeing
a 7-foot tight end.
I don't recall seeing him. He's not even the tallest one on the team. You know that?
Yeah.
Offensive lineman that's not going to make it. Dan Skipper 6'9".
Yeah. So is Brian Malik.
Mahalik. Yeah, Brian Mahalik 6'9" too.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are big guys.
Mm-hmm.
Mahalik's actually, Mahalik played tight end in college.
Really?
He's not a tackle in college, and then the Steelers, I believe, converted him. Anyway, anything else on the lines, guys? We'll move on. Okay.
You do your hot take?
Oh yeah, we need to do hot takes. You guys got a hot take at all?
I have one.
Go ahead.
I don't want to say I don't think it's going to happen. I guess it wouldn't completely...
Handicap it. Give me the odds.
Let's say 50-50.
Okay.
There's really no point in doing it unless...
Just say it.
Amir Abdullah.
I was thinking
you don't think he makes the team?
I think it's a 50-50 shot. There's really no point in
Who's going to make it over
him.
him?
I think you're going to go with, Kerryon Washington... Or not Kerryon Washington.
Dwayne Washington?
Kerryon Johnson.
Johnson.
Excuse me. You got me thinking Washington again.
Dwayne Washington's still around.
LeGarrette Blount, and then Theo Riddick. They can't get rid of Theo Riddick.
No,
Theo Riddick.
You don't think they'll keep 4?
If they do, to be honest, in my opinion, if they do, they're going to try to keep somebody who's a little bit bigger, like Zach Zenner or something like that.
Why would they need to do that? They have LeGarrette Blount, the ultimate bowling ball.
I don't know. I'm like...
I've been seeing reports, throughout the web that a surprise one would be Theo Riddick. I don't think Theo Riddick is not a guy. I don't know. I don't know if they're just looking to throw out a name in there.
That strikes me as the ultimate hot take.
No, it is, because there's Theo Riddick is, I don't want to say he's the last guy that you wanna get rid of, but Theo Riddick, I'm going back to Pro Football Focus again, but they did a survey of the best contracts in the league among running backs. No, his was the best contract in the league amongst running backs. And this is based on, overall earnings and overall production that you are able to get out of them.
Production unit per dollar value.
Yeah. I mean, Theo Riddick is extremely, extremely worth the dollar that the Lions are paying him in the production that you get out of him. The biggest question for Theo Riddick maybe is whether or not they can get him enough touches this year. That's going to be the biggest question mark in terms of their running back go. I think maybe because of that, maybe that's why they go ahead and get rid of a guy like Amir Abdullah to free up touches for a guy like Theo Riddick.
Here's the thing: you can keep Amir Abdullah,
special teams.
You just don't use him.
I know. He doesn't make any money. You can sit him on the bench. You
cannot dress him.
Yeah, I understand that.
It's invaluable. Yes, he's an NFL quality running back. You have a surplus. If you can find somebody desperate enough to give you a third or fourth rounder, absolutely.
For the sake of the hot take, though, I will go with Amir Abdullah.
All right, Shawn, you got any?
That was exactly who I was thinking.
Okay.
I literally was like, it's...
Same reasons?
Yeah. I'm like...
All right, I've got one here. Ultimate hot take. Tavon Wilson, who signed a 2-year, $7 million extension in the offseason, will not make the team.
You don't think so?
Looks really slow.
Does he?
Really, really slow. I think you could kind of read a little bit into that. They brought in a couple safeties over the last couple days. I just don't. I think he's lost his job to Quandre Diggs, like entirely. I think Quandre Diggs as a corner is done. He'll probably play down there in the pinch in a nickel situation if Jamal Agnew's not healthy. Jamal Agnew, by the way, legit nickel corner. Good find there, guys. Really good find. He was a 5th or 6th rounder last year. Dynamite punt returner.
Yeah,
great nickel corner.
He has a lot of
He's fast as hell, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say how quick he is.
Fast and athletic as hell. Yeah, Agnew.
Yeah.
Anyway, and don't be surprised. Another hot take: the team will keep 6 safeties, 4 corners. 6 safeties, 4 corners. I'm counting Quandre Diggs as a full-time safety. I also think their 3rd-round pick this year, Tracy Walker, could see some time outside as an outside corner. As well as if you keep a guy like Charles Washington, he was on the roster pretty much all last year. Another guy that could spell you outside and could also play some free safety. 6 safeties, 4 corners. Jake Rudock will not make the team. They will only keep 2.
You really think they're only going to keep 2 quarterbacks?
I know. I can guarantee you they'll only take 2. Only carried 2 all last year.
Who was it? Was it Rudock or
it was
backup?
Rudock. Yeah, Rudock was a backup. They took 3 the year before. That was Rudock and Dan Orlovsky.
Yes.
And that's pretty much it.
If anybody's looking for some good...
I do have a roster prediction. I've got all the predictions typed out. I haven't typed out the rationale yet. It should be up tomorrow.
Little preview?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, do you want to give us a little preview?
Nothing really surprising.
No.
I don't think it is. I currently have, like I just said, Tavon Wilson will be cut, but he's currently in the final 53. I do have them keeping 6 safeties.
Before we transition
how many tight ends do you think they're going to keep?
I have 3.
3. Which ones besides Wilson?
Wilson, Toilolo, and Roberts. Depending on how the cookie crumbles, if they choose to keep one less defensive back, you might see, I believe it's Akeem Vallis sneak in there at tight end.
Before we transition to the
next one,
the next topic, do you guys have any thoughts on the preseason AP poll?
Oh, football?
Michigan State at 11, and I think Michigan was in at 14.
I have no idea who's even in it. Other than I know Alabama made it number 1, but I couldn't.
Alabama number 1, Clemson number 2. I forgot who number 3 is, but last year's playoff teams were all ranked in the top 7.
I have it right here.
There's really not a whole lot of surprise with it. I thought Ohio State maybe was ranked a little high.
Considering the
scandal and what may happen. I think they're ranked at number 5.
Yeah, they are. It's Alabama, Clemson, Georgia, Wisconsin, Ohio State, Washington, Oklahoma, Miami, Auburn, Penn State, Michigan State's at 11, Notre Dame's at 12, Stanford, Michigan's at 14, USC, TCU, West Virginia, Mississippi State, Florida State, Virginia Tech, UCF, Boise State, Texas, Oregon, and then LSU.
Others receiving votes: South Carolina, Florida, Utah, Oklahoma State, FAU, Arizona, and NC State, A&M, Boston College, Northwestern, Kansas State, Iowa State, Houston, Memphis, Troy, Iowa, Kentucky, Arkansas State, and Fresno State.
Mm-hmm. There's not really a whole lot of surprise there, I don't think. I mean,
no, it's just honestly, you have 25, you have 30 teams, you shake them up in a bucket and pour them out.
Mm-hmm. Well, Alabama,
and, very few exceptions,
and Clemson.
There's about 10 teams at the top of their auto bids, but the bottom 15 is literally just.
I think Clemson's going to be the number 1 team before the end of the year.
Dude, they got a quarterback controversy just like Alabama. Incumbent starters who take you to national title games aren't good enough, apparently.
Yeah, well, their defensive line too is going to be incredibly good.
Both Alabama. Oh yeah, Clemson.
Yeah.
Legit 3 first rounders. At that defensive line.
I mean, it's going to be. That defensive line.
I feel bad for ACC quarterbacks.
Yeah, me too.
It's going to be murder.
I mean, they have 2 guys on both ends that are just going to be able to,
and a like the best defensive tackle in the draft too.
Yeah, yeah, they're going to be scary. Very, very scary. I mean, you could very well see Alabama and Clemson in the national championship,
of course,
this year. So,
no shocker.
Well, I mean, let's look at their schedule real quick if I can find it. And nope.
Who cares what their schedule is?
Yeah.
Who cares what either one of their schedules are? They're going to murder people.
So, quick hot take. Should the NCAA find a way to not break amateurism laws and bring back NCAA football, the video game?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
I miss it so much.
It's a stupid question.
Yeah.
The answer is yes.
I still play my NCAA 14 on my Xbox 360.
What year are you in right now?
Like 26. Not my record. 2010 for the PlayStation. No, it was the 360. Might have been 2010 or 2011. I took a Boise State team to the end. It kicks you out at 30.
Oh, does it?
It doesn't let you go past 30.
That's dumb.
Yeah, I won the national title 29 times out of 30.
How stacked did you? You must have edited your players.
I didn't edit. I didn't edit them at all.
He edited his quarterback to like a 99.
No, dude,
99 speed, 99 throwing power, 99 accuracy.
Just the way the code was written or whatever. After forever, just recruiting, you recruit yourself. You get like 25 of the top 50 players every year, and you got like 94 overalls riding the bench as third stringers. And
well, maybe you should talk to Jim Harbaugh about that, and so his recruits can actually do something.
Did you play FIFA too?
I only owned one game. It was FIFA 16, and I played it for probably a total of 20 hours.
Oh, really? That's it?
Yeah.
Did they have real players in there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I was wondering.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think it was 16. FIFA 16. I played like 20 hours on it.
Never played it.
It's just boring. If it was like smaller and faster paced, I think I would enjoy it more. But like I'm the sucker who, I don't play shortened quarters or in basketball or shortened periods in hockey.
Oh no, I have to play. I change up like the 12 to 20 minutes or whatever.
I can't do it, and so I'd like. If I play, I love franchise modes. Mm-hmm. If I play a whole season, it takes like a year. Because you can only play like a game in a sitting, and it takes forever.
Yeah.
I've got a basketball franchise in 2K18 that I'm on like game 50, and it's been out for a year. I can only play like a game per sitting because it takes it over an hour. Anyway. Anything else, guys, on that one?
Nope.
All right, next. Is Ken Holland responsible for the pickle that the Red Wings are in with the roster crunch created by Henrik Zetterberg and Nick Kronwall potentially not being able to play this year? It's been reported for a while, depending on who you believe in the media, by one Jeff Moss of Detroit Sports Rag, that it's been widely known for a while that Henrik Zetterberg is not going to be healthy enough to play this year.
Mm-hmm.
And that Nick Kronwall is going to gut it out because he feels bad, even though his body probably shouldn't continue to play professional sports. Is it kind of Ken Holland's fault? Will this be finally the star that breaks the back if all of a sudden you get $9 million cap hits in collective cap hits between the two guys that can't play because they can't play and they're stuck there because they signed their contract prior to age 35, and you get that, that penalty clause that you can't sign a guy to a forever deal and he hasn't ended up living up to it after age 35.
I don't know if I'd necessarily blame Ken Holland for something like this, just because when you're dealing with injuries to a particular player, I'm not going to really hamper a guy because somebody gets injured and it happens to occur in the same season. I mean, it's just one of those freak accidents that happen when, in professional sports. It's not just hockey. It's not baseball. It's not football. It's all of them. I mean, you can run into this problem with anybody. And I'm not, I mean, for all the things that you can get mad at Ken Holland about, be mad at Ken Holland for the shitty deals he gives out to.
Oh, by the way, your team is going to be awful and your salary cap is maxed out.
Yeah, I mean,
and you're going to be awful.
But that's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying, though. It's not. I mean, I'm not going to get on Ken Holland because of guys being injured. But I'm going to get on Ken Holland about our shitty contracts to guys that
don't deserve it.
Don't deserve them. At the time, Zetterberg most certainly deserved that contract.
Oh my God, he's got 3 more years left.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He deserved it. And Zetterberg was, for the most part, very productive.
He was an Iron Man at that point, too.
Yeah. Kronwall is a little bit of a different story, but
at the same time, he hasn't been able to stay healthy for the last couple of years, but he's done at the end of the year. You don't owe him another cent after this year, and that's fine. He's willing, and here's the thing: he's willing to gut it out for you.
Yeah, and there were rumors last year that they were going to long-term injury reserve Kronwall last year. And that didn't happen. I thought they were going to do it, but they didn't do it. The Red Wings aren't going to be good this year. I mean, they're not.
You only got 1 more year paying you on Franzen, too.
Yeah, they're not running into a situation right now where they should be competing, but you're going to have Henrik Zetterberg's contract and Niklas Kronwall's contract hold you back from going out and being able to get...
No, the contracts that are going to hold you back are those of one Darren Helm and, hate to say it, Justin Abdelkader.
Yes.
He's a fucking turd sandwich.
Yes.
5 more years.
Yes, those are the ones you can go ahead and get mad at Ken Holland about. Go ahead and get mad at him about those.
5 more years for... he's so not good. Why are you giving guaranteed deals to guys who aren't first and second liners? God! On good teams. Yes, he plays on your first or second line, but he's not a first... God!
I don't know. Ken Holland has a knack for giving out those.
Oh, by the way,
guys too.
4th line penalty kill guy. We're gonna give him a 4-year deal.
I mean, look how long Dan Clary stayed around for. I mean, Dan Clary kept on getting contract after contract after contract
until the last year. He was actually more than productive. He produced more than his value for most of it.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a good argument to say that Dan Clary should have been gone way before.
And then they let him rot in Grand Rapids for a year.
It seemed like that was more of his choice than anything.
I think he was kind of a player coach. I don't think he actually ended up playing much.
Yeah, I think he was more of a mentor to a lot of the younger guys down there, or over there.
Teaching them how to play the right way.
Well, I mean, whatever. That's fine with me. Just don't take up roster, cap space on the NHL roster. But like I said, I'm not mad at Ken Holland over the Kronwall and Zetterberg things. I'm mad at Ken Holland over, like you said, over signing guys like Darren Helm, Justin Abdelkader,
Danny
DeKeyser, to those types of deals.
Jonathan Ericsson has actually been worth his deal, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Despite how Jonathan Ericsson-y he is.
Yeah.
He's actually been...
The thing is...
his deal's actually been a good value, believe it or not.
I mean, Ken Holland, too, has been able to kind of... And that's the thing with Ken Holland. He's been able to... I mean, he's dished out some very, very bad deals. He's also been able to get rid of some of these deals also. Not to say that that's totally helped you a whole lot. It has a little bit, but I mean, Brendan Smith, I mean, that's more of a testament to how,
stupid the Rangers were.
How stupid the Rangers were and just, how bad of a pick that was for Ken Holland. Thomas Tatar hasn't panned out, and he didn't pan out in Vegas. I mean, he's still going to be playing with them, obviously, but he was
a first rounder out of him.
You got to, yeah. Yeah, you got
and like a future third.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And he barely played in the playoffs for the Knights.
Wasn't he hurt?
No, he was a healthy scratch for most of it. Which just goes to show you again. I don't know what that says about Ken Holland more so, or him being able to deal him away, and I don't know. Like I was saying though, I think there's a lot of things you can get mad at Ken Holland for, but the Zetterberg and Kronwall contracts aren't one of them, or two of them.
All right. Well, if it turns out that the Red Wings have to swallow the poison pill and pay, have that cap penalty for Henrik Zetterberg for these next 2 years. So if he's not healthy enough to play this year, he's not going to be able to play the next 2 years.
Well, they could always
one could assume.
I mean, they could always long-term injury reserve him too, which is probably what's going to happen if it gets to that point. I mean, Franz is going to be gone. So you're going to be able to free up some cap money, and keep in mind too, they are over the cap right now, but they are going to be able to alleviate some of that once the season gets going, because right now they're not accounting for Franzen being on the long-term injury reserve. That doesn't kick in until.
So as soon as they are able to do that, they'll only have $400,000 in cap space.
Oh yeah, they're still in a shitty spot when it comes to their cap situation. There's no doubt about it, but. What I'm saying is it's not quite as bad as it seems. It's bad, but not quite as bad as it seems. And keep in mind too, the Red Wings are going to be shitty this year. I mean, so there's really not. If
that's the case, why are you spending $9 million over 3 years on a backup goalie? And signing Thomas Vanek to a 1-year deal. Are you hoping to flip him again for another third-round pick?
That could be something that happens. I mean, why not?
If you're Thomas Vanek, or at this point in your career, you're 34 years old, are you just signing with a bad team on purpose so you can be flipped to a contender?
I don't know. Thomas Vanek, though, is one of those guys that...
he does have a no-trade clause out of it, too.
Oh, he'll be waiving that.
Oh, I'm sure he will.
He'll be waiving that once it gets.
I think that's one of those. You don't you dare dump me in Carolina or something like
that. There's really no point in having a no trade clause when you're signed to a 1-year deal, because you're going to be going to a new team more than likely at the end of the season anyway. Mm-hmm. So, what the thing is though, is that I wasn't necessarily that opposed to the Thomas Vanek deal. I would much rather them go and give that roster spot to somebody else.
Me too.
But if they're able to flip Vanek towards the trade deadline for another draft pick, that's fine with me. Thomas Vanek, though, he's a real particular type of player. He's not going to give you anything in your own zone. In fact, I think he's a liability in your own zone.
Liability in your own zone.
In your own zone, he's an extreme liability. You don't want him taking faceoffs in your own zone. And I think that I saw something somewhere about that where they're kind of running the numbers on Thomas Vanek's use in your own zone as opposed to the
if they can avoid it, he never sees a defensive shift.
Exactly. Or at least a shift where you are starting.
It begins in the defensive end.
Yes. Where you're
don't ice the puck when Thomas Vanek's on the ice, so we screwed.
Yeah. So other than that though, I don't know, maybe they'll try to, rekindle some of that magic he had with Athanasiou, because those two are very, very good together.
What do you think of the Dylan Larkin extension?
I like it.
$6.1 million annually for 5.
Yeah, he's gonna be getting like.
He's 22 currently.
I'm fine with it. He had a better season last year. He's young though, dude. I mean, he's going to.
What is $6 million worth again in the open market? About what he's. Here's the thing, like. A $6 million player, you're paying him, $17,000 more than Henrik Zetterberg. Now, date the contracts appropriately, and it'll be a little bit different story. But Franz Nielsen was a at-market signing for 5.2, and he gives you, 22, 25 goals a year. Dylan Larkin can get, just under 30. I guess that's fair value. It's just one of those. Was this another classic Detroit premature extension and giving him all the money before you had to, a la Justin Verlander and Miguel Cabrera?
I don't want to compare apples and oranges with
baseballs and hockey pucks.
Baseballs and hockey pucks. I mean, it could be. I mean, in hindsight, 3 years from now, there's going to be people saying, "Oh, well, look how great that deal was,"
deal that looks now. Yeah, hopefully.
or how terrible that deal was, but. I mean, in some ways, this is the price of doing business with a guy like Dylan Larkin, who has shown flashes in the past of being able to,
Carry a team.
carry it. I don't want to say necessarily carry a team, but be a very, very good one or two liner.
Gotcha.
I don't think Dylan Larkin is going to be a guy that steps in there and is going to be, a Connor McDavid type. I don't think that's the case.
Have the stick skills.
No, and I don't think anybody should expect that. But expecting him to go out there and give you 30 goals a year and be on your top two lines, you're being paid like it. I think he can do that. So, you know what? Pay him now. Don't have to worry about it going forward. And because he is one of those, I don't want to say he's a cornerstone type guy, but he is one of those building block
guy
guys
that you want around.
Yes, he is. He is. Dylan Larkin is part of the future when it comes to the Red Wings. So,
okay. Anything else on the Red Wings, guys?
Shawn, anything?
Sorry, I know you, Shawn. We know you don't do hockey.
It's all good. I'm listening to you guys.
All right. Last but not least, we're going to wrap it up here with the cut room floor. Jim Harbaugh reveals the worst kept secret in all of sports. Shea Patterson is going to be his opening week quarterback against Notre Dame.
I'm sorry. Is it incredibly funny the way that Michigan fans just get on these quarterbacks?
He's the next.
He's the next
Lord and Savior
of
Ann Arbor.
I mean, you've seen it every single season before with this team.
See, the only reason why they do that is because of Tom Brady. So they think every other quarterback's going to be Tom Brady because Tom Brady is the best quarterback basically to play the game. So they expect it to happen every single freaking time. And it's kind of old. As a Michigan fan, we're never going to have anything ever to come close to Tom Brady again in our lifetime.
It's an unfair comparison.
Yeah, and you know that's what all Michigan fans do.
And here's the thing, guys. Tom Brady wasn't that good at Michigan.
No, he wasn't.
He really wasn't.
I know.
He was the late round developmental quarterback that everybody missed.
Yep.
And you know what? His career may have never gone anywhere had, what was it, Vinny Testaverde? Was that who was in front of him?
No,
Drew Henson.
Drew
No,
Henson.
I'm talking at New England.
Oh,
Drew Bledsoe.
Drew
Bledsoe
Bledsoe
doesn't snap his leg.
Yeah.
Tom Brady may have been out of the league in 3 years, and we never heard of him again.
God, isn't it amazing?
He'd be working as an insurance agent or something.
Isn't it amazing how shit works out like that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
And the funny thing is, I was watching. This is kind of like a little kind of shitty thing that Tom Brady does, but Tom Brady sends Drew Bledsoe a wine gift every year for getting hurt. So because it made his career, it's a joke that they have because I think Drew Bledsoe owns his own winery and all that stuff, and it's really famous about it. So I think it's just a joke between them. But I was reading this and I was like, that's actually kind of funny.
That's the biggest dick move, yet the nicest thing at the same time.
He sends him a $6 bottle of wine, and I think Drew Bledsoe his cheapest wine's $300.
It's funny.
All right. The Yankees are all of a sudden in need of a shortstop after Didi Gregorius goes down in a heap and injures his heel, causing a brief stay in the hospital. The Tigers have a current starting shortstop that has cleared trade waivers. Let's make a deal.
Yeah, let's do it.
Mm-hmm. Let's get it over with.
Jose Iglesias should be a Yankee by the end of the week, assuming Gregorius is not going to be back tomorrow.
Are you making that prediction right now?
I'm trying to play matchmaker. Yo, Cashman, Avila, you got each other's numbers. Start talking. Don't be surprised if Iglesias all of a sudden isn't in the lineup one day, and now we'll know why. Jose Iglesias has been, and then you get to see the Ronnie Rodriguez experience for the rest of the year.
Yeah, what's it gonna hurt?
Absolutely nothing. Exactly. I think it's gonna help. Lose, baby, lose.
They're 21 games behind.
Dude, have you see the standings in the AL East?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
The Yankees are on pace to win 101. They're 10.5 out.
Yeah.
The Rays are 2 games over 500. They're 25.5 out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The Orioles have only won 34 games. They're 100 out.
Oh man, yeah, it's
no. Seriously, the Orioles could win every game the rest of the way and not catch Boston, and Boston could lose, not play, and they'd never catch Boston.
Oh, there's a small handful of teams right now in the
Boston's got to pick up the pace if they want to set the all-time record.
Mm-hmm.
They need to get to 115 to own it, 114 to tie. They're a couple games behind that.
I was going to say the American League. There's a small handful of teams that are going to be making it to the postseason.
There's only 5 to begin with.
Yeah, what I'm saying is I
knew what you meant. I was
just being a dick. Like I was saying, there is a small number of teams right now that are. It's already set almost. It seems like.
Those wild cards. The West is getting super interesting because Seattle's not going anywhere. All of a sudden, Oakland can't lose. Well, Oakland hasn't been able to lose for like 2 months now. But
I guess what I'm saying is
Houston still keeps on chugging along.
The National League, though, is still completely wide open.
Yep.
So
who knows who could win the East? You got 2 very young, inexperienced teams in the East leading the charge there. Central's fun. All of a sudden, the Cardinals are fucking red hot.
Yeah.
They shed some.
Matt Carpenter, what? Dude, he's had like career.
Matt Carpenter used to be, just Charlie Hustle. He's gonna have an OPS in the mid-7s.
He's gonna get bases, doubles all day long.
I'm gonna throw out 40 home runs.
Draw some walks. All of a sudden, he's like on a historic home run tear since the end of May.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I think
he's averaging a home run like every 7 at bats since like the end of May.
It is nuts. I think he has like 34 on the season. I'm actually bringing it up right now.
Yeah, seriously, Adam. He's averaging a home run like every 7 at bats.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't know where this guy's come from. He's Jacoby Ellsbury in it right now.
That 1 year. The 1 year Jacoby Ellsbury hit 35 bombs.
Yeah, he has 33. Matt Carpenter does. And let's bring up his stats. Okay. He hits in the mid-20s. Last year he hit 23, year before that 21, then 28, and then the next one 11 and 8. And this year, I'm going to hit 33.
Look at Matt Carpenter. I don't think broke into the league until age 26 as a part-time player.
Yeah, he broke in 2011, so 8 years ago right now. And how old is he? He is
I don't know.
32.
I ain't mathing good today.
26. 26.
Okay. And Nick Castellanos not only has the best bat flip of the season.
Oh my god, that was sweet.
Won AL Player of the Week this week.
Yeah, that's nice.
For those who didn't see it, I encourage you to look it up. It is available on our social media. He bat flipped after hitting a first-inning home run, and the umpire caught the bat on the bounce.
That's awesome.
It was pretty sweet.
I believe it looked like I don't know which umpire it was. It looks like Manny Gonzalez. Just like, got it. Just doesn't even look at it. Just reaches out and grabs it.
Speaking of awesome things, did you guys see Sister Mary Jo throw out her first pitch?
Yeah.
That was a crazy sinker.
The White Sox need some pitching.
Oh my
Sister Mary Jo, if you're free the rest of the year.
Wow.
You might be able to, manipulate the service clock on Michael Kopech a little more. Oh, by the way, Michael Kopech is making his major league debut this week.
Let's talk about Sister Mary Jo some more.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ,
man! What's up with these nuns in Chicago? First you have Sister Jean.
Yeah.
Inspiring a Final Four run for shit. I don't
Loyola.
even remember. I don't even remember the team name anymore. But I remember Sister Jean, and then
she picked against them too.
Yeah.
And then you got Sister Mary Jo just
throwing heat.
Let me throw you my 12-6 curve.
Dude, it's not like she was
the
like
mechanics were good
that
too.
Wind up was like Paul Bird almost.
And she did the little arm flip thing.
Yeah, and then she was.
I can't do that.
It's not like she was sitting there like halfway to home plate.
No, she was on the front of the mound and threw a strike. Not the big arcing, looping, embarrassing.
It sank. It was like a sinker.
Yeah, that thing died at the end.
That thing was nasty. I was like, jeez.
Sign her up. Send her to spring training next year.
She'd be like league of her own.
She's going to be in Arizona next year for the White Sox.
They need
Not as a chaplain either.
Damn.
We expect her to be the middle reliever out of the White Sox pen next year. Anyway, anything else, guys?
Mm-mm.
All right, it's going to wrap up episode 171 of Motor City Uncut, presented by the Major Sports Network Detroit. We try and do this each and every week Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, but usually we're late, and we've taken a lot of breaks lately, so deal with it. So for Adam and Shawn, I'm Dorf. We'll see you guys when we feel like it.
Bye for now, everybody.